Hey everybody, welcome back to Big Red EDC, and we are checking out Petrified Fish once again. This is the PFE02 Scout. Now, I have had several of them in now. This probably makes like the 6th or 7th one, and for the most part, I've been pretty happy with what I've seen from Petrified Fish. Now, most of them, with the exception of the first two that I reviewed, have been provided by Petrified Fish. So huge shout out to them being so generous and getting these models in my hands so I can show them to you. And yeah, just really, really appreciate that. But I think I might have a couple more on the way as we speak. So that's really cool. But here we go. As I said, the PFE02 Scout G10, G10 backspacer, G10 scales. You do have a lanyard hole, very nice. Stainless liners, stainless clip. Now you will see there, your clip is right hand tip up carry only. It is recessed into the scale there, and it is removable from the inside. So there you go. You can kind of you see the reflection of the two screws in there. So, and they've kind of got like, not necessarily rivets, but you've got backing on them there. So everything is recessed, done very nicely. Well, we'll talk about the clip here in a little bit when we do our overall. But some milling going on the G10. The G10 has really, focus. There we go. It's really, the milling pattern on there gives you a really, really good grip. Now, if you want to take a quick look at it, you can see that everything is chamfered out pretty well. Your fit and finish, again, done really pretty darn well. Get a good look at it. Oh, looky there, you got words. Oh, look, words. If it'll focus on it, there you go. 14C28N PFE02. Yep, it is a Sandvig steel blade. We'll get to that here real quick. Oh, let's check our centering. Pretty darn good. Yeah, not bad at all. Now, it is a front flipper. You got your little front flipper, and the jimping on it is done pretty well. So it grabs your finger enough, and for this little guy, it sticks up there pretty well. Now, the detent on this one, it's okay. It might, I mean, you can see that it doesn't take much pressure to break the detent, but then again, with that, the flipper, the size of the flipper compared to the size of the knife, I mean, you can get some really good leverage on it and flip it open. Maybe a little light on the detent, but nothing. Oh, there it went. So I had to shake it really hard, but it did shake out. So there you go. The action. Oh yeah. The little bugger drops, man. It's a dropper. And that blade's not very heavy. So yeah, action's pretty good. You know, little light on the detent, but a good drop, good. Definitely fidgety. Yeah, I would call that fidgety. Anyway, okay, stop fidgeting. Go back to the blade. Really, really like the blade shape. You've got a pretty much, I mean, you argue high flat, full flat. I mean, it's full flat here. It's high here. Your choil. Now, as you can see there, your choil does kind of, you've got an elongated plunge there. So, but the grind is pretty good on it. No real smile or anything like that. So, done pretty well. Now, you do have a hole there, but yeah, I'm not even remotely. I can't get my thumb. No, it's a front flipper. That's pretty much about all it is. I cannot use that hole to deploy the knife with my middle finger, with my thumb. No, it just sets too deep. So it's pretty much a front flipper. All right. No jimping on top of the blade. Like I said, you do have the jimping there from your front flipper, but as I hold it, you can see there my thumb is out past the jimping. So, all right, let's get our specs and take a look at it. Now, the one thing about this knife, it's kind of hard to find. Every place I looked, Petrified Fish, White Mountain, Amazon, it's not available. The only place I found it was AliExpress. And it says they have like 3 left. And personally, I will not purchase from AliExpress anymore. I had bad experiences with them a while back, and I've pretty much washed my hands of it. But for those of you that want to, I'll leave a couple of links down in the description. One of them will be AliExpress if you choose to order from there. That is your prerogative. Anyway, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 inches overall, 4-inch handle, 3-inch blade. Pretty darn standard there. Your cutting edge is pretty much right about 3 inches. And then your grip length, I'm going to give it 3.5. I mean, you could drop off the back a little bit, and it's not too bad. As you can see there, I do have pretty much a nice 4-finger grip. Good solid grip. Have a little bit left over. Not much, but not bad at all. Not too bad. Let's see. Let's find our PM2. Obviously, the PM2 is going to be a much larger knife, without a doubt. Your Scout is more of kind of like your gentleman carry, light duty carry. Some people would probably even call it a 5th pocket knife because of the size, which that's fine. I kind of call it the gentleman's carry. And let's see, there's a bug out. Bug out's still pretty much longer in the blade by almost half an inch. 3/8. And it's got about an 1/8 or so on the handle. Get a weight on it. Definitely not a rope knife. I'll talk about that here in a sec. But all right, what do we got? 65 grams, really good weight for it. 2.3 ounces for a 3-inch blade. So the weight is really, really good for me. I think so. Your deep carry clip. Yep, it pretty much disappears in your pocket. Oh, and we forgot to say, there we go. David Chen is a designer. I forgot to mention that. Sorry, Mr. Chen. But definitely disappears in the pocket. Good retention. Not too bad for such a small clip. It's actually pretty good. Let's talk about the clip a little bit since we're doing that. It is a small clip. It's fairly dainty. There again, definitely wouldn't be using this in a heavy duty application. And I'll go into that a little bit more in detail. So something to think about it for sure. That's why I kind of called it a gentleman's knife. Typically, maybe the weekend carry, that type of thing, where I'm not going to be doing a lot of heavy duty stuff, but your normal everyday EDC tasks. So, okay, let's get to the overall. The overall action is good. Like I said, maybe a little bit light on that detent. It did take quite a bit for me to shake it out, but it is fairly fidgety. It's a fun one. It's definitely a dropper. Drops on my thumb, and then quick shake shut. Without a doubt, action is pretty good. I do like the shape of the blade. I like the grind on it. Ergos. Definitely a slimmer knife, I like a lighter knife. I like the light duty knives, such as the bug out and stuff. Get really, really up on it. Oh, let's check out. Now, as you can see there, you've got a fairly thin liner on your liner lock. It's good solid lockup. We're probably at about 25%. No wiggle, no wobble, nothing like that. But why did I say I wouldn't use this in a heavy duty application? So I took this to work with me. Was using it. I used it on some 6-thread. Really didn't like 6-thread natural fiber rope. It was struggling with it a little bit. Now, it's got a decent edge on it, but if you'll notice, this thing tapers down pretty quick, so it's more of a wedge. You're looking at a 3mm blade thickness there at the spine, and it comes down to about 0.23 on behind the edge. So, and I don't talk about that a whole lot, but I am with this one because the blade it's pretty much a wedge. Even with using cardboard, after a while, it starts pushing the cardboard out of the way rather than cutting. So, some thicker cardboard. I mean, I was cutting a piece probably about 4 inches tall, and about 3 inches down, we really started like pushing instead of cutting, you know, pushing the cardboard out of our way. So it's more of a wedge, you know. That's not a very tall blade to lose all that thickness. So it's more of a wedge shape. Your everyday EDC task, no problem, no issue. Now I mentioned six thread natural fiber rope. That has a diameter of roughly about 1/4 of an inch. It's about 1/4 of an inch in diameter, and it kind of struggled with it. And I don't know if that was due to the wedge or the grind, but yeah, it did struggle with it a little bit. Now, is it necessarily made for that? No, probably not. To be perfectly honest with you, this is made as I see this as a light duty carry, light duty EDC. I mean, packages, you know, around the office, that type, around home. And maybe not processing cardboard, because like I said, it kind of wedged out the cardboard and it didn't really handle it that well. Now this guy, the 868, that worked out some cardboard. Yeah, no issues there. But there again, you've got a lot more height on that blade, so your grind, it doesn't thin out. It's a less of a wedge, we'll put it that way. It ends up being less of a wedge just because of the height of the blade. So, focus. There we go. So overall, great little light duty knife. I mean, like I said, I probably wouldn't take it to work with me anymore just because of the simple fact that it was having a little bit of a harder time with that rope and such, but no issues carrying it around the house or just taking it to work, but using it on more light duty tasks for sure. Absolutely, because you know what? That's probably what it's made for. So when we talk about these, you know, knives, tools, there is a such thing as tools and their use, and a tool is made for a specific use. I mean, you know, hence the name crescent hammer. But anyway, yeah, definitely a nice little light duty knife. But like I said, these things are hard to find. I need to, and of course, Petrified Fish, Chinese New Year, so it's going to be hard to talk to people for about a month. So, yeah, but hopefully they will be coming out soon. I will give you some links that you can maybe kind of keep your eye on if you're interested in one of these. And like I said, this one will actually be given away on the channel, so I'll give somebody an opportunity to get their hands on one for sure. So, thanks a lot, guys. Always appreciate it. Thank you once again to Petrified Fish for sending out the PFE02 Scout to check out. Greatly appreciate it for sure. As always, guys, I greatly appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.